guys, welcome to Basic All-Round Strength Experience. Basic because all the movements that we are going to work are lifestyle movements, sit, stand, push and pull. Basic because no skills are required. They're the movements that we do all day, every day in our lives. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to bed. They're all the movements that intuitively we do as babies without being taught. We build strength and we're able to execute those movements. We want to keep executing them for as long as possible. So we are going to build strength in those movements to stay strong, to stay young, physically independent. All round because it is a full body workout. We're going to be hitting all the different muscles, starting with the big muscles, going into the smaller muscles. Strength, we're going to be working with dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use any objects around the house. Be creative, fill some water bottles up with sand, fill a bag up with some heavy cans. There's a separate video on some other ideas of things that you can use if you don't have dumbbells, but do try and find individual objects for each hand. We want to work with the free movement, which is how the body was designed to work. Unilateral movements, biomechanically working in the manner the body was designed to reduce any risk of injuries with that free movement. An experience, because I hope it is an experience, we're going to be working with music. We follow the beat of the music. It's a mixed tempo class, so we'll be doing some slow tempos, some quicker tempos, and mixing and blending those together. So we will mobilize, warm up first. I'll be giving a little bit of coaching with some of the movements as we go through, but for more detailed coaching, there'll be a separate video with the movements broken down. We're going to try and work 30 or 45 seconds per set with 30 to 45 seconds on the recovery. So we'll keep it moving so you can keep it playing. Any extra coaching that's outside of those time intervals, you'll find in a separate tutorial. So let's get started. Obviously have your dumbbells ready. A mat may be useful. We are going to be lying on the floor for some pushing. So if you've got a mat, it's always good to just have a station that you're working with. It also just gives you a nice alignment and cue for positioning the feet, keeping the heels and the hips square. You don't want to be twisting, having one foot behind the other. Try and have them on the same horizontal plane, pointing forwards, toes slightly out, hips forwards, shoulders down. Take a deep breath in, push the hips back, bend the knees, and then just sink down. We want to push the hips back first, taking any load away from the knees, sinking the hips down to your full range of movements. You can also hang on to something to help lift the chest. Got something sturdy, a table leg, tabletop. Got to keep the shoulders back, heels down, heels on the floor, knees driving out. Nice straight line from the tailbone to the crown of the head, looking diagonally down in front, keeping the neck in line with the spine. Breathing, getting that oxygen in, opening up those energy channels. Deep breath in. Drop back into the heels, push the heels into the floor. Extend the legs as you stand up. Always just shake out, reset, take any tension out of the body, and just reset again. Break at the hips, break at the knees, sink all the way down, lowering the heels, driving the knees out. Again, you can always hold on to something. Otherwise, interlock the hands, place them on the back of the head. You're holding on, you may have to do this with one arm. Reach the elbows back, open the chest, sit back into the heels, push the hips slightly forwards. Try and open from the belly button to the crown of the head. Keep breathing. Rocking back into the heels. As you exhale, push the heels into the floor, extend the legs as you stand up. Shake out. We have one more mobilization sequence to do. Squatting down to start, placing left hand down in front. Reaching up with the right hand, straight up, fingers towards the ceiling. Reach over towards the left. Right fingers point to the left. Feel the stretch down the side of the body. Look under the right arm. Feel all the tight spaces open in between the ribs. Keep both heels down, both knees out. One more deep breath in. Bring the right hand down. Right hand down on the floor, left hand reaches up. Reaching up, reaching over. Reach the left fingers towards the right. Looking under the left arm. Really open up down the side of that body. One more deep breath in. Bring both hands down inside the left foot. We're going to take a big step back with the right foot. Just rock forwards and back. Anywhere feels tight, don't force it. Just find a tight spot and just little movements back and forth, side to side. We just want to open up the right hip flexor here, the left hamstring. On the toes of the back, try and keep the front heel down. Step back with the left foot. Step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. Again, little forward and back rocks. Right heel down on the toes of the back. Allow that knee forward and back, side to side. You probably feel this in the left hip flexor and the right hamstring. Remember, don't force anything, just open it up, activate, and then take a big step back with the right foot. Push the hips up. Little steps forwards, up towards the hands, keep the knees soft. Bring the face down in front of the shins. Making sure the heels are loaded. Just start easing the knees back, pushing the hips up. Bring the face a little bit closer towards the shins. Take the hands off the floor, grab opposite elbows. Just take those elbows to either side of the legs, going round and round. Nice, slow, steady, small movements. Come back to center, hang down, place the hands on the knees. Slowly roll up through the spine, bringing the head, neck, shoulders up last. Giving the shoulders a really good roll back. Roll forwards. Good. Shake everything out. That's our mobilization. We're going to take it into a warm-up, following the beat, starting with a march. 1, 2. 1, 2. Lifting the knees, using those arms. Now start thinking of setting up, feet a little further apart. We're going to squat 8 times, down and up. 8, 7. Just like the mobility, hips back, hips down. Keep the chest up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it into a march. Keep those arms moving. This time we're going to push the arms in front. Forwards and up. Push forwards and up. Forwards and up. Now add your squat. Go down and up. Push forwards and up. Squat, up, and march it out. Take and squeeze in front and up. Open and close. Big movements. And last 4 squats. Brilliant. So, we should feel a little bit warmer, a little bit more open. The first exercise we're going to do is also a continuation of the warm-up. We're going to make sure the nervous system is switched on. It's a short range of movement, so you can perhaps load a little bit heavier, it's the deadlift. We're going to do 2 sets. 2 sets of 12 slow reps. That's 45 seconds. Pick the weights up. You push the hips back as you fold forwards and bend the knees. You bring the shoulders in line with the hips. The bars come in front of the shins as you're looking down. Squeeze the shoulders back at all times. Drive up through the heels as you stand up. You have to push the hips back, otherwise you're just rounding through the back. Push back. Don't allow the shoulders to drop. Hips back, shoulders back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Drive up. Little bend in the knees, bring the bars in front of the shins. Down, 2. And down, 2. 8 more to go. Down, 2. As you bring the dumbbells down, palms face the shins. As you come up, palms face the side of the legs. And down, 2. Last 4. Down, 2. Keep those shoulders back, keep looking down. Keep a little bend in the legs. Last 2. And keep breathing. Down, 2, up, and rest. Lots to remember when you're first doing it, but all of those things become intuitive as you get used to the movements. Recovery just as important as the working sets. Nice deep breaths, bring the heart rate down. We're working in intervals. Work hard in that working interval, recover hard, and keep the intensity high. Another set of 12 on the deadlift. Pick the weights up. Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. 2, up, 4, 2. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. And down. Well done, guys. 6 more to go. Nice, smooth movements. Even though we're counting 2 counts, it's a fluid movement. Everything keeps moving. As soon as you reach the bottom, you come back up. Down, 2, up. Last one. Good. Okay, put the weights down. Deadlift is always a good way to start. Switches on the nervous system. Make sure the body's ready. Got used to that load. Do a short range of movement because now the range of movement is going to increase. We've got 3 sets of squats. All 30 seconds. Time, instead of the hips going back and the knees bending and the upper body folding forwards, keep the upper body over the legs at all times and the tips come down. So we're going into our lifestyle movement, sit stand. Slow tempo to start. Pick the weights up. Feet hip distance apart. Hips square. Remember, hips back, hips down. 3, 2, 1. Down. Drive up through the heels. Arms just hang down. Remember, the legs are doing the work. Load through the heels. Drive it up. Down for 2. Up and again. Slow. Control the movement. Hit the range of movement. Keep the core strong. Keep the shoulders back. Almost there. 1 more to go. And rest. 30 seconds work, 30 seconds recovery. We're going to change the tempo. Down for 2, up for 2, and then 2 quick single reps. Pick weights up, counting down, corners. Down and up, 1, down and up. That's 2, slow, down, 2. 2 singles. And again, 1 slow. 2 singles. Last round. 1 slow. 2 singles. And rest. So the exercise stays the same. Probably the load stays the same for you. Range of movement stays the same, but the tempo increased. So the intensity increases with tempo. Still works for the same amount of time, just more reps within the same time under tension. 1 more set. Now we're going to put all those singles together, down for 2, up to 4 times, and all those 8 singles together at the end. A little bit longer on the recovery before this last set. Pick the weights up. 5, 4, 3, 2, down for 2. Up for 2. Stay on the slow tempo for 3 more. Keep those knees driving out. Don't collapse in. Drive up through the heels. Last one, slow. Hit the singles. 8, 7, 6. Chest up, shoulders back. Drive up through the heels. And again. Last 2. Last 1. Brilliant. Put the weight down. 3 30-second sets. You should be feeling that oxygen debt. You've got enough time to recover. Keep working at that intensity. Now, we're going to change the exercise. We're going to go into a bent over row. Starts a little bit like a deadlift. We've got the arms by the side and we hinge and the upper body folds forwards. Once you get into that position, you hold. Action the arms, 1, 2. Stand up for 2. We're going to repeat that 4 times. Just like the deadlift, as you come down, the palms face towards the shins. As you pull up, the palms face in towards the chest. Just like life, that's your strong position. You pull it into the body. Lean for 2. 2 pulls. Stand up for 2. 4 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and lean. 2. Pull 1. Pull 2. Extend, stand up for 2. Lean, 2. Pull 1. Pull 2. Stand up, and again. One more to go. Then the arm, stand up, and rest. 30 seconds rest. Now, the only thing that changes is that we lean just 1 count. We add an extra pull, 1 lean, 3 pulls, 4 times. You come up the same way as you come down. You drive up through the heels. You bring the chest up. Always keep your upper body over the legs. Never behind the legs. We don't want to hyperextend. Keep the core strong. As soon as those legs have extended, we finish the movement. Pick the weights up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lean. Pull 3. Pull 2. Pull 1. Extend. Stand up. Lean. Pull 3. Pull 2. Pull 1. Halfway. 1 lean, 3 pulls, squeeze and extend. The outside of the chest, in front of the shins, stand up. Lean, 3 pulls. Stand up and rest. Okay, now the final set is a single arm. I'm going to take the right arm first. If your left arm is stronger, perhaps if you're left-handed or left hand dominant, start on your stronger side. Give the weaker side a little chance to recover from having worked both arms together. We're going to take a split stance. We're going to use the hand or elbow as a support. Square. If we're working with the right hand first, your left leg goes forwards. You're on the toes at the back. You hinge forward. Left hand or left elbow on that left knee. Hips and shoulders in line. Weight in the right hand. Now pull that shoulder back from the ear. 3, 2, 1. Pull 1. Pull 2. 3. Oh, it's 30 seconds. We've got 12 more to go. Squeeze and down. Now I've got a little rotation here. The palm faces the back knee at the bottom, faces in towards the chest at the top. 4 more to go. Make sure that shoulder stays away from that right ear. Squeeze up and back. Last one and rest. Don't allow that shoulder ride up. Pull that shoulder back. Span the back. Maximize that surface area that you're pulling. And it's almost like a little sweep. Elbow comes back towards the hip, not straight up. Change arms. Left arm, so the right leg's forwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2, little rotation. 3, 4, maximize the muscle fibers working. The back's pulling, but the biceps assisting. The shoulders also working with that little rotation. Squeeze and extend. Good. Remember, squeeze up. Control it down. Last 2. Last 1. Good. And rest. Okay, we've done deadlift, squats. Done some pulling with the back. We're back to the legs. We're going to take it up to the shoulders. We're going to load a little bit more through the body. Increase the intensity, maximize the effect of gravity. Those weights loading through the body. So the basic squat is a sit stand. A little bit different with the different orientation and loading through the body. So both weights on the shoulder. Make sure the weights are over the body, not in front of the body. Try and get an underhand grip. Becomes a little bit awkward if the elbows are flaring out. Bring them forwards. We're going to try and touch the elbows down to the knee. Slow tempo. Let's go. Down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Keep that core strong. Sit back in the heels, hips down. Drive up. Halfway. Keep going. Down, 2. Last one. Brilliant. Bring the weights down and take a break. Now this one you should definitely be feeling the oxygen depth loaded above the heart, the lungs. Heart rate should be up. Should be able to feel and hear the oxygen depth. All that oxygen's being pulled into the muscles. Body needs some more. So nice big deep breaths in. Second set. We're going to go down for 2, up for 2, single, single. You can always adapt these sets and stick on another 8 slow. Otherwise join me with some single reps. So both weights up. We're counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Single, single. Good. And again, down for 2, slow. Drive up. Down. Try not to bounce. Everything should be controlled. Maximize the range Drive it up. Now, are those elbows touching the knees? Shouldn't be over the knees, shouldn't be behind the knees. Elbow tip to kneecap. And rest. Well done. Now, the third set is going to be a single leg squat on each leg. Weights are optional. We're going to take the right leg first. It's going to be slow tempo. Right leg is loaded. So we have the right leg in front. If you're holding on to something for support, hold on with your right hand. Start with the feet together. Get the balance in the right leg. As something goes back, something comes forward. Just slide the left toes on the floor so your body comes to about a 45-degree angle. Hold that position. You can see that my hip and my knee and my ankle are in a straight line perpendicular to the floor. I don't shift the hip back. I've now shifted the load away from the front leg. I'm flat-footed on the back foot. I want to make sure all the loads on that front leg. You should be able to lift the back foot up. It's down there for balance, not for any assistance with the load. All we're going to do is take that right hip down and up. A good sign is when the back knee, you drew a line from the front heel, that knee should be touching that line. It doesn't have to be directly behind the knee, in fact it definitely shouldn't. But it's like if there was a line, like my mat, my knee is touching that line. Depending on your flexibility, it may be this far the glutes go down. If you can angle the knee away from the body, you can take the glute down. But make sure the heel stays down at all times. If you've got a weight and you want to use a weight, it's in the left hand. Inside the right leg at all times. 5, 4, 3, 2, down for 2. Right hip down, right heel pushes into the floor. Left hand inside the right leg at all times. The hip comes down, the dumbbell comes close to the floor because the hip goes down. Don't take the dumbbell down without the hip. Keep going. Down, 2, up, 4, 2, down, 2, up, rest. You'll be able to feel that in the right glute. Single leg squats, if you're doing it right, you always know. So, left heel, I've got my mat as a cue. I'm going to make sure that I'm in the right position. My right knee is in the same line. Upper body over, and that left hip is over the left knee and left ankle. I'm picking my weight up in the right hand, staying loaded over, inside the left leg, 3, 2, 1, down, 2, up, 4, 2, down, 2, following the beat, down, 2, up, 2. Again, we're following this slow count. 2 beats but seamless. Transition down, drive up. Last 2. Always check that position. Don't allow the hip to go back. And rest. If you find you're finishing with the hip behind, just remember after each rep, double check that you can lift that back toe up, that hip is loaded straight down through the knee and through the ankle. Okay guys, take the load off the legs. We're going to sit down. Go to 3 sets of chest press. Always have your weights close. Safest way of taking the weights down to the chest, not picking them up as you're already laid down. Sit up, put the weights on your lap first. as you lie back, take the weights with you to the chest, and the elbows are tucked in, weights rest on the chest. Now as you push up, the palms rotate out. You've got a 90-degree rotation going on. Up for 2, down for 2, 8 reps, 3, 2, 1, and up, 2, down, 4, 2, again. Slow count up, extend the arms. Good, straight arms, extend, fully extend, bring them slowly down. Elbows touch down, either side of the chest. Arms out, elbows in. 2 more to go. Up, 2, down, and rest. Good. So, if I was lying down, imagine I'm lying down on the floor. As I push out, the palms face away from the body. Elbows in, as I face away. As I come in, they face in. Next set, up for 2, down for 2, single, single. So if you put the weights down, sit up, load up, lie back down, elbows tucked in. Count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, up for 2, up. Down, single, single, up and down, slow, up and down, single, single, and again, slow, up, single, single. Last round, 1 slow, 2 singles. Put the weights down, sit up. I always prefer deloading, but you can always just keep them on the chest for the last set. Now we're going to take an alternate arm. Push up for 2 on the right, down for 2. Now on a single arm, we can maximise the range. We can reach up and lift the shoulder off the floor. The head stays down. So up, reach, just try and extend. Lift up the shoulder blade and slowly control it down. 8 reps, alternate arms. You lift your head and shoulders, it becomes a little bit more of an ab workout. So keep the head down, just extend and lift. So we're working the rear delts. So working the core because we're offsetting the load. Load up, and lie back. 5, 4, 3, 2, right hand first, up and reach. Slowly down, left arm, up and reach. Slowly down, right, up, slowly down. The control of the way down builds as much strength as the push. 4, reach, slowly down, up and reach. 1 more each side, up and reach on the right, slowly bring it down, last left, reach, up, and rest. Good. Okay, stand up. Good. Now we're going to go into small muscle group. We've already worked the calves with the legs in our sit stands. But we're just going to work them again. 30 seconds work, a little bit quicker tempo. It's a short range of movement. So even though it's a little muscle, the weight can still stay on the heavy side. Often you have to just balance. If it's a bigger range of movement, you may have to take the load down. Shorter range of movement, you can keep the weight a little bit higher. Always heavy weights with the big muscles, lighter weights with the smaller muscles, but then take into consideration the range as well. So calves is a small muscle, but it's a short range. So keep the same weights. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, 2. Just lifting the heels, up, up, up. Now try and squeeze up, don't bounce. The shoulders are down, overly gripping the bars, we just allow the fingers to hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the tension through the legs, don't push the knees forwards. We're in the last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Take those legs out if they feel tight. We're going to do another set. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your shoulders down, core nice and strong, halfway. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm feeling it in my calves. Don't stretch them if they are tight. Shake them, stab them, tap them. When the muscles feel tight, they're like tight elastic bands. Don't stretch them, they could snap. So relax them first. Shake them, tap them, relax them. Not the time for stretching straight after you finish the sets. Always relax first and then do the stretching afterwards. Now, with the exception of calves, everything else that we've done so far, we've covered sit down, push and pull, but all with big muscles. We mentioned the calves have worked with a sit stand. The biceps assisted with the pull. The shoulders and the triceps assisted with the pushing, big chest press. Actually, 3 exercises, squats, rows, and chest press works all the muscles in the body, but we are going thoroughly through working the little muscles individually, a little bit more concentration on those smaller muscles with bicep curls and shoulder press. They are smaller muscles, same movement and pull as the pull that we did on the back, but lighter weight for the smaller muscle. We're going to take alternate bicep curls for 12. So, if you haven't got any lighter weights, you may just have to adjust with maybe a few less reps or a slower tempo. Sometimes the slower tempo can feel a bit harder on the biceps because you're pulling over a longer time. So, we don't have to lock the body and just isolate. We want to concentrate the movement and the exercise on the biceps by keeping the elbow tucked into the side. We don't want to flare it out or flare it in front of the body, so we're not then working the bicep. But don't be afraid of moving the body to help a little bit with the movement if you need. So, both weights up. Right arm to start, soft knees. Count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I'm bringing the bicep, the dumbbell over the bicep. The dumbbell goes out and round. Last one. And rest. Now we'll change the shoulders and then we'll come back to the biceps. We're going to slow the tempo down for the shoulders. Arms start facing in. We're going to do alternate arms, up for 2, down for 2, and then change arms. Only 8, and slower. 5, 4, 3, 2, bend and push. Remember, the legs can assist. You don't have to rigidly just isolate. The body's one unit of energy. You can assist and still concentrate. Work on that push from the shoulders. Then the arms hit the triceps. Last 2. Up, 2, down. Last one. Up, 2, Good. Now, we're going to do a second set of biceps. We're going to do a double arm bicep, but slow. If your weights are very heavy, you don't have a lighter weight, you may want to just do 2 singles. Otherwise, 1 slow together, then single, single. If your weights are very light, then you can just do single reps on both arms together. Lots of different variations to work for. We're all going to work for 30 seconds. I'm going to do both weights together, 1 slow, and then alternate arms for 2 singles. Repeat that 4 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and up, 2, down, 2. Single arm, single tempo. Double slow. Keep the soft knees, bring it over, single, single. Last sequence, 1 slow, single, single. Brilliant. Put the weights down and rest. Okay, back to the shoulders. We're going to do the same. Up for 2. Down for 2, single, single. Remember, you can keep on the alternate arms if the double arm is too much. Arms face into the shoulders. Remember, use the legs, bend and push when you need. Count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up, 2, down, single, single. Up for 2, down for 2, single, single. Keep that core strong, don't want to bend back. Reach up, good. Up for 2, down for 2, up and back, up and rest, good. Okay, now, those are all the exercises. The muscles have been worked. You might think you haven't worked the abs. Well, those abs have worked through everything that we've done. They've been engaged, they've assisted, especially with the overhead press, especially with the offset chest press, bent over rows. The core helps keep the chest up on the squats. So, you've probably got lighter weights if you've been able to adjust them as we've gone through from the big muscles to the little muscles. Keep on those lighter weights because now we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to do 8 of the quicker tempo, but the load is a little bit lighter. The intensity is still there. We're just working different dimensions of intensity. Intensity can come with load. Heavier load, more intensity. Quicker tempo, more intensity. Always bigger range of movement, maximum intensity. Working, doing something for 60 seconds instead of 30 seconds is not higher intensity. If anything, the intensity starts depleting because you can't sustain the intensity for really more than 30 to 45 seconds. We want to concentrate really on those 30 seconds. We're at the end of the workout. We're just going to take 15 seconds now. 15 seconds of each of the exercises, starting with the squats. So, single tempo, down and up, 8 reps. Pick the weights up, set position. Counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights down. going to start pulling from the floor. The weights are diagonally pointing forwards. Walk your feet underneath the bars. Knees bent, hips back, fold forwards. Fingertips on the bars, pull them into the shins and pull. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Put it down and rest. Well done. Okay, next up, front squats. 8 single reps. Weights up to the shoulders. Reset. Counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and. Elbows to those knees. Drive up through the heels. 2 more. 1 more. And rest. Okay, next up, chest press. Sit down on the floor. Your weights to the top of the lap. Load up and lie back. Elbows tucked in. 8 push. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 4 to go. And back. Reach up and back. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Okay guys, 15 seconds of heel raises. That's 16 quick ones. Both weights up. Arms relax down. 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze. Up and up. 3 and 4. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the weights down. Alternate biceps. We have 2 more sets left and we're done. Alternate biceps for 8. 15 seconds. Pick the weights up. Counting down. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. 2, last 1, and rest. Last 15 seconds, we're up to the shoulders. We push up and back, alternate arms for 8. And down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 8, 7, 6, 5. Bend and push, last 4. Try and look up, follow the line of sight. Rest. Nice, brilliant. Shake everything out. Good. Take a deep breath in. Good. And out. Take a deep breath in. And out. 1 more. Hold it at the top. Good. Reach up. Reach over. Back to the center, over to the other side. Good. Bring the arms down to the side, into the other hands. Reach out in front, chin to chest. Open the hands, place them on the lower back. Squeeze the elbows back. Good. Slowly just roll down. And the knees, place the hands down on the floor. Just open the feet. And then take a squat down. Bring the hands off the floor, elbows inside the legs. Open the arms. And just stretch out. Take a deep breath in. Arms in front. Stand up. And shake out. Pull the shoulders back. Hold them forwards. One arm over. Shake it out, the other arm. Good. Feet together, step back with the right foot. Very short little hold. Come back up. Go back down, slowly just lift the toes. Facing down, feet together. Very short little stretches, guys. Sit back. And then come up. Sit back again, slowly just lift the toes. And down, good. Choke everything out. Take one more deep breath in. And out. Well done, thank you for your hard work. Remember, don't overstretch. As soon as you've finished, let the body relax. Find its way back into its natural equilibrium. Then do some light stretching. Well done. Look out for some more videos coming soon. Thank you very much.